This is a tour around Charlotte, and I named this Politics and Racism for a specific reason, because I think those two go hand in hand. And some people don't seem to think that, but they truly do, at least in my case. Let me explain. All my life I've been a Democrat, right? Really didn't know why, besides the point of, my mother being a Democrat, her mother being a Democrat, her mother's mother being a Democrat, and the list goes on. Even though, blacks were originally Republican. But anyway, I grew up, around people that were Democrats. Didn't know why I wanted to be a Democrat or be part of the Democratic Party. It was just, I guess, because it was the thing to do. Just like how, your mother believes in Jesus and she's a Christian, you believe in Jesus and you become a Christian. So I never questioned, God or politics, as far as in specific the Democratic Party. I just voted Democrat, right? I remember the first time I ever voted was in Jamaica, Queens. Never forget it. It was at this school. I went to the voting booths. They had the voting booths in this school called August Martin High School. And I went in there, and before I went in there, my friend, I was kind of confused on who to vote for, as far as the local government, right? And he was like, yo, don't even look at the card like that. Just vote Democrat. Everything Democrat. And I did it. And it's crazy because at the end of the day, regardless, and I'm going to make this relevant to Charlotte, regardless of whether I voted for the Democrats or the Republicans, there's always been a social issue when dealing with the blacks. And that social issue is every time they need the black vote, they come into our communities and they specifically go to the churches and they tell the black people what they're going to do for them if they're elected. But once they get that black vote, they do the exact opposite of what they said that they were going to do prior to them getting that black vote. So regardless of whether we vote Republican or Democrat, we're still getting the shit in them the stick. And that leads me to Charlotte. Now some people may say, well, is Charlotte a Democratic city or a liberal city? Well, I would think that, but then again, they did host the Democratic Party here, and then just last year they hosted the Republican Party, and that kind of confuses me. Are they playing both sides, or are they giving the people the freedom of choice to just decide, do you want to be Republican or Democrat? Now, it is to my belief, some people will totally disagree. North Carolina is a swing state. It can go either left or it can go right. So pretty much within dealing with the city of Charlotte, if you were to live here, just know that there's diversity when dealing with politics. That everybody is not all Democrat and everybody's not all Republican. But regardless of whether it's dealing with politics or not, there's still a social issue that blacks tend to run away from. And they think that they're moving to a promised land. And the reality of it is that, yeah, it may be better here, but it's still the same bullshit, politics and racism. And I thought at one point in time, when I was a Democrat, when I was a part of the Democratic Party, that they were for and by the people, which included the blacks. And in reality, they are the exact opposite. That as I get older, I see that liberals ain't worth shit. And if I were to flock to any party, it would definitely be the Republican Party. Because liberals want to take your guns away. Liberals or Democrats want to raise your taxes. See, the way the Democrats F you over, because I'm trying to make this PG, is They a smooth talker to you, you know what I'm saying? They make you feel good. You understand? They make you feel like they're black. Like, you know, Bill Clinton playing the saxophone in the Arsenio Hall show. Or when Joe Biden got up and said what he said last year, that if you don't vote for him, you ain't black. So they make you feel as though that they're a part of you. They'll do your little dances. You know what I'm saying? They'll play basketball like Barack Obama and act like they're cool and they down. But once they get your black vote, then you'll see just how much they care. And the way that the Democrats mess you over is that they talk smooth talk to you, you know what I'm saying? And they say, you know what, pull down your pants and bend over. I'm gonna put this petroleum jelly. Oh, you prefer KY jelly? Okay, I'm gonna lubricate that all over my phallus, and then I'm going to F you over. Now the Republicans, I mean, they're a little raw, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I ain't giving you no KY jelly, no petroleum, none of that stuff. Bend over, I'm gonna F you over. But at least I know what I'm getting into. At least I can see him a mile away. I can't see the Democrats a mile away because they're smooth talkers. In other words, I would have preferred 4 more years with Donald Trump. You want to know why? Because Sleepy Joe is trying to, well, he's not trying, he is rocking us to sleep. He has signed, 9 to 10 executive orders that we don't even know what's in those executive orders. And when asked, he don't answer it. So what's the difference between the two? Please tell me. At least when Donald Trump was the president of the United States, we knew what to expect. With this man, Sleepy Joe Biden, we don't know what to expect. For real. And in reality, I don't even know what his life expectancy is. He's damn near 803 years old. So we don't even know if he's going to make it to the second or third or fourth year. I mean, you hear him, you know, on TV, he's like, yeah, we're going to get through the COVID. And we got the vaccinations going. As I was saying, you know, and I'm the president of the United States, and I'm gonna make sure that everybody gets this stimulus. I ain't got time for that. I just don't understand America. I just don't. We need new blood. New blood. We don't need old farts that's damn near about to die. And this is the reason why I say that it's the same bullshit, the same politics, and the same racism that our forefathers have dealt with for years upon years upon years upon years, and nothing's gonna change. Period. Nothing. You don't think that Charlotte has problems down here? We do. We go through the same shit that every other city goes through. Now, does Charlotte care a little bit more? Yeah. I've been around, you know, I've lived in certain cities and states. I can tell you that this city cares a little bit more about their people. At least they'll come out of the, you know, the woodworks behind the curtains and at least attempt to lie to you. Some of these people in different cities, their city officials won't even come out and say anything. So Charlotte does attempt to show attempts, you know what I'm saying? They tend to care a little bit more about their homeless situation than other cities, such as Atlanta. You understand? Not trying to throw shade on Atlanta, but hey, if the shoe fits, damn wear it and walk in it and do whatever you need to do with it. Yeah, man, you know, I'm definitely not a Democrat. And if I were to vote, in which I'm not, I mean, I will vote Republican. And the reason why I say I'm not going to vote because I've been on this planet long enough to go through several Democratic presidents as well as Republicans. And I can tell you that all of them, including your black president, Barack Obama, wasn't worth nothing. At least not to me in my race. Because I can go in the hood right now. Oh, matter of fact, I take that back. I can't go in the hood because everything's gentrified. So they damn near pushed all the black people out. So where the section home people with Section 8 living at? I'm telling you where they're living at. They're living in middle class black communities, and they're depreciating the value of our houses because they're coming in with their fuckery. And they can do that because they're paying $2 a month, while I'm over here paying $1,505 a month, which is not fair. So they're damn near, and I'm not trying to blame it on them, because in all actuality, it is a government problem. But they come in here and they're damn near destroying. They're not destroying damn near. I mean, of course, the government and the powers that be have destroyed the middle class. There's no middle class. It's not. There's right now is either the have and the have-nots, and the in-between people such as myself are the ones that's surviving. And I'm 2, 3, 4 paychecks away from being poor. Like, I can't skip a beat. You understand? I gotta be consistent in what I do. I have children, I have lights, and I have water bill, I got everything, or things I gotta take care of. And some people may laugh and say, Langston, why man, you in the gutter. No, you are in the same situation. Maybe I can survive up to 5 or 6 months. Maybe you can survive 2 to 3 years, but it's still the same thing, if you understand. You just have a little bit more time than I do, but you're still in the same goddamn boat. It's that plain and simple. I hate to give it to you raw, but I gotta give it to you like that. You understand? For all minorities, specifically black people, if you're running away from your city to get away from politics and racism, then you trying to come here. Let me tell you something. Charlotte has not just as bad as the problem that your city has, but I'm telling you, it's not that much different. Period. And don't get me wrong, I'm not faced with racism every day. You understand? But I know it can happen. I know if it does happen, it wouldn't shock me. I mean, it would bother me a little bit, because it doesn't happen as much as I would say in Metro Atlanta than here in Charlotte, but it still would bother me. It still would kind of like, I side-eyed it like, dang, this is in Charlotte. Like, I can't, like, in reality, I can't escape racism in politics. I can't escape it at all. Like, I can move to Africa, and I've heard that Africa's corruption is just stupid. Like, if you think that America is bad, the governments in Africa is stupid bad. Like, their shit is really, really corrupt. So it's no escaping this. It's no escaping politics and racism. And it's to a certain point, a certain extent, that you have to just deal with it. And I hate saying that, because it feels as though that I'm having a defeatist attitude when I just have to deal with it. When I say I have to deal with it, it's saying that I have to accept it. And I don't want to accept that shit. I just don't. It got to be somewhere in America. Not America, but somewhere on the planet, whether it's off the grid or whatever. Man, shit, if I got to go around eating grass with the deers, you know what I mean? Just butt naked, Adam and Eve type status. I'd rather do that. Because this ain't living. It's just not. Like I said before, and I say it again, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just getting you prepared. You understand? Like, this, Charlotte ain't perfect. I don't know if you did your research, but there have been black men that have been shot and killed by police officers. Now, I'll say about 2 of them were justified. You gonna run up on a police officer, the man is scared. They had him on videotape. He ran up on him like, I would have shot and killed a dude too. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying, we've had our problems here. So just don't, all I'm saying is, you move here, don't think this is, you know, the white man version of Wakanda or the black man version of Wakanda. Look at it as it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You get down here, it's just like any other place that you visit. It's wonderful for the first couple of days, but then once you live here, it's like, okay, I'm adjusted and this and that and so forth. Don't get it twisted. It's still better than the average, I'm telling you. I'm serious. Like, I'm not going to sit here and lie. It's better than other places that I've been to. Charlotte is a cool place, but it still got its politics and racism. And don't let me get started. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of that racism and it's not a lot of that racism, and you can say what you want to say. A lot of the racism comes from South Carolinians, because South Carolina is very, very close to Charlotte. And most people that live in South Carolina, because South Carolina's economy sucks. It's horrible. It's a good place to live because of the fact that, aside from the racism, it's a good place to live because you're going to get more bang for your buck. It's very cheap to live there. I don't buy gas in North Carolina, in Charlotte. I go right up to Carowinds, which is in South Carolina. Carowinds is an amusement park. Half of it is in the state of North Carolina, and the other half is in the state of South Carolina. It's minutes away from me. I get my gas from there because it's like 20 or 30 cents less than Charlotte's gas. So it's great if you want to get gas, and if you want to have somewhere to live, and you want to have a bunch of land, and you want to pay a cheap price to rent or buy. It's great for that. But the racism is horrible down there. Period. Like I said, I just think that, it's my opinion, I think that a lot of the racism, which is not much in Charlotte, but a lot of the racism that exists in Charlotte is from South Carolinians that migrate into the state of North Carolina, or live in the city of Charlotte, or they go back and forth. You understand? They live in South Carolina, but they have jobs, in Charlotte. So, man, I hope that I've helped you all out. Do your research, man. For all you minorities that vote Democrat, I suggest that you change your mind. Look up Williamton Massacre. The Williamton, North Carolina Massacre, and you'll see just exactly who and what the Democrats are. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? They've never been for the minorities. They've always been against the minorities. Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton has passed some of the roughest and toughest laws on the planet that have locked up so many black people till it's ridiculous. They don't want to do nothing for people in general. All they want to do is take our guns, raise the taxes, and slowly but surely take away the Americans' rights. That plain and simple. Other than that, I want you to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely share this video.